Good morning. I think I'm on, and I am making sure that you can see me. All right. Yes. Hello. I am so glad you're here. It is 9:59, so I'm half a minute maybe early, but this will give you a chance to get on, and I'm going to make sure I'm at a place where I can see who is on and who is watching. All right. Well, I'm StampinDeDe, and I'm here this morning on my Thursday Facebook Live, and we're going to do an exciting project this morning. At least it's exciting to me. So let me, hold on a minute. I just want to make sure that I can see who's on. Watch live video. All right. I think I can see now. All right. Let me turn one more light on. You know, I don't have one of those fancy halo lights. I'm going to get one. That might be what I asked for Christmas this year. It's one of those real pretty fancy halo lights. All right. So before we get started, hi Kay, I see you. I'm glad you're here. Before we get started with our project today, I want to tell you about one thing. Starting June 1st, it will be the Summer Picnic Basket Challenge. The Summer Picnic Basket Challenge. And this challenge is going to give you the opportunity to win a stamp set at the end of the summer. So for every time you participate in anything, you'll get a ticket. A ticket will go in the basket, and at the end of August, I will draw and see who wins the stamp set. So you can get a ticket for commenting on a Facebook Live, for sharing the Facebook Live with someone else, another crafter that you think might enjoy it, with, let's see, I have a whole list of things and my mind just went blank. With attending an event, with placing a $35 order online, with, oh gosh, there are a lot of things. Any way that you participate, you will get a ticket. So I'll make a list of those and post those. It doesn't start till June 1st. So it'll go June, July, and August. Lots of opportunities to get tickets in the basket. If you visit my blog and follow it, you'll get a ticket for that. There are lots of ways. Anyway, do you do that? My mind goes blank. If I don't have it written down in front of me, my mind goes blank. So I don't know if that's age or there's just too much up there. I don't know what it is. So my husband is on here and he says he'll volunteer to draw. So at the end of August, I'll let him do the drawing. All right. So today we're doing a card gift box. It's a gift box that you can put 4 handmade greeting cards and their envelopes in and give it as a gift. Such a fun way to give cards as a gift. You know, we're card makers, and I don't know about you, but I make a lot of cards, and it's a wonderful way to give those cards as a gift. Everybody loves to get handmade cards. It saves them, I don't know, $6 to $10 at the grocery store per card, unless they go to Dollar Tree. But the cards at Dollar Tree are just not as cute. So, all right. I think that's it. So I'm going to turn the camera down, and we're going to start this project. All right. Here we are. I'll move this up just a little bit. I think I can, no, and get a little bit more of my mat on. Let's see how this does. That should do it. That should do it. Okay, here we are. So this is my blog, and on my blog, I always put whatever I'm doing on my Facebook Live, I put the details on my blog and photos. So you'll be able to go to StampinDeDe.blogspot.com and find the details of every event, every video, every card that I feature on my Facebook Lives. You'll be able to find that. Let me put this, move this up just a little bit so that you can see it. All right. Also, the template for this box, it's on, a picture of it is on this site, but if you'll go to my group page, StampinDeDe Spot, let's see, it is, hold on, it is, just a minute, I don't know why I don't know that address, but I don't. All right, it's facebook.com/groups/StampinDeDe's Doings. It's StampinDeDe's Doings and Designs, and on that page you can download the PDF file. I can't do it from this business page. I tried and tried. I put a picture of it on the business page, but I couldn't put the PDF file. So you'll have to go to my group page, and I think I've listed it down below on this page, or go to StampinDeDe.blogspot.com this afternoon, and I'll have it listed there by this afternoon. All right, here's the box. Isn't that just the cutest thing in the world? So these are the cards that I put in the box this time. We did a Zoom session not too long ago with the one sheet wonder cards, and these were just 4 of the cards that I made from that one sheet wonder project that we did. So these 4 cards and their envelopes are going to go into the box, and I made the box to coordinate with the cards that I made. I used the hand penned paper, so I used the hand penned paper on this as well. And there's so many new pretty papers out now that the Hues of Happiness, the sun prints, the pretty prints, the, oh my goodness, the cottage rose, so many different papers that are out now. And so my next one I'm going to do with current papers. All right, so I'm going to set this aside, and here is the template. And like I said, there's a picture of it on this site, and you can download the PDF and print it off for yourself. The only thing that's hard to see is, and I'm going to try to make this better right here. The only thing that's hard to see are these dotted, the blue lines with the black dots. They're kind of hard to see. So I'm going to do a little arrow on mine just to show you where those are, because that's important. All right. So now we're going to be able to do that when the time comes. All right, and here is my piece of paper, and you start with an 8 1/4 by 11 piece of paper. So you just cut a 1/4 inch off of a regular sheet of cardstock. And this is what we'll use. And you need a scoreboard or a trimmer. So I have a scoreboard that I used, but I wanted to demo it on the trimmer so that you could see how easy it is to do it with the trimmer as well. And I'm going to pull my arm out. in case I need it. I'll move my StampinDeDe spot. All right, so we're going to start with the 11-inch side at the top of your trimmer. So put the 11-inch side at the top, and the first score that we're going to make is 4.5 inches. So I'm going to come to 4.5. Now, I took my cutting blade off so that I didn't accidentally cut this paper. So all I have on here is my scoring blade. So I make my first score at 4.5 inches. Then my second score is going to be at 5.25 inches. So I'm going to do it again at 5.25 inches. And then I'm going to do 9 3/4 inches. And lastly, I'm going to do it at 10 inches, or 10.5 inches, sorry. So it's an 11-inch paper, so you're doing it close to the edge, but that's 10.5 inches. All right, we've got that in scored. Now we're going to turn it just 1/4 of a turn. Give you a minute to do that in case you're following along. And now we're going to do it at 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. So pretty close to the edge again. 3/4 of an inch. 6 3/4. So go all the way to 6 3/4. And make sure it's snug up against your edge here so you'll get a straight score. And then 7.5. 7.5 is your last score. All right, we've got all of this scored. We're not going to need our trimmer again or our scorer, so I'm going to put it away. Now, turn it with the double scores. I don't know if you can see the 2 scores here. Let me see if I can show it to you. There's 2 scores. Let's see. Can you see it? I don't know. But I have 2 scores. That would be your, I guess that would be your 9 3/4 and your 10.5 inch score. So turn it with those facing you. With those facing you. Now we're going to start using your snips. And first you've got a little box up here in the corner. Up here in the corner you have a little box. And if you look at the template, you can see the little box up here in the corner. So we're going to cut that little box out. Cut that little box with your snips. Okay. Make sure it's even. Okay. Okay. Now, put it back with your 2 score lines at the bottom toward you. So that little box is at the top now. Now we're going to cut at the bottom toward you. We're going to cut the long, narrow rectangle and the shorter square. Whoops, I'm sorry. The long, narrow rectangle and the shorter square. We're going to cut those now. There we go. So it's down here on the right-hand side. So it's actually 2 rectangles. 2 little rectangles. Cut that out. And then cut out the square at the bottom. Okay. So now we've cut out this one up here and this one down, these 2 down here. All right. So now we're going to go over to this side and we're going to cut this. So we're going to cut the big rectangle, which is actually two small narrow rectangles. We're going to cut that and the little square at the bottom next to it. So you've got this down facing you. You're going to cut the two rectangles, the two long rectangles, that whole section out. Cut that whole section out. And then the little square that's right here at the bottom next to it. The little square at the bottom. All right. So the way you're looking at it, for you to see it now, you've cut out this little rectangle at the top. You've cut out this long rectangle and this little square here. You've cut out this whole big section here and this little square. So you've done this so far. All right. I'll leave it turned this way so it makes sense to you. Now we're going to come along and those blacked in areas that we're going to cut that little part right there, just that one little snip there, and the same over here. And we're going to do it up here and two of them here. All right. So I'll leave this down here and I'm going to come along and right here I'm going to cut. So I'm going to cut right here, just the side. You're making a flap is what you're doing. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just creating a flap. So now I have a flap here and a flap here. And now at the top, we're going to come down and cut here and here, which creates a flap. Okay, another flap. And we're going to cut right here, which creates our last flap. Right there. All right, so now we have our flaps cut. We are ready to form our box. So now we're going to get a bone folder, and I didn't tell you that, but you can use your hands. And we're going to do all of our creases, all of our creases, all of our score lines. And I always give them a good burnish. So we've got another one here. Burnish that one. Then we've got two here. And then our top and bottom. We've got that. And then this one here. Okay, and then we've got two here. This is our flap at the top. So burnish that. Now, we're going to do a little bit of work on this top part here, just to make it easier to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to, actually, what we can do, let me get it out. My corner rounder. I'm going to get my corner rounder and I'm going to round this corner here. Make sure I get it in there. Round that corner. And I'm going to round this corner. And that will just make it a little bit easier to fold in and make it look a little nicer. Okay. So I folded my two corners. We're also going to take our little flap here and we're going to angle cut it. We're going to angle it in here and here. And we're going to angle it in here. These are the only ones you need to do that to because they're the ones that fold down. Now it's going to make it easier when we put our box together. It'll make it easier to close it up. All right. So I'm going to fold these two in. And I'm going to put my adhesive right along this edge right here. This edge right here. And I'm using tear and tape, but you can use liquid glue. You can even use your tape runner if you want to. I think it would hold it just fine. There's not a lot of pressure on this box. So, but I'm going to use tear and tape and get it down. And then take a pick tool to help get it up. There we go. Okay. One little piece didn't come off there. All right. Well, it still didn't come off there. Put my corner rounder away. And now we're just going to take this and we're going to fold it. Fold this down. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to fold this down and put this as evenly as I can on top of it. There we go. And burnish it down. And we've created our fold there. So I don't know if you're doing it along with me. Give you just a minute to do that. Then the next thing we're going to put glue or adhesive on. I'm going to fold our taps in, fold this in, and we're going to put adhesive right there. So I'm going to get my tear and tape again. Put it right along the edge here. Take a pick tool, take the top off, and I'm ready to fold this up. I just want to make sure it's even and fold it up. All right, guess what? We have a box. We have a box. Is that not super simple? So then you will decorate the front of your box any way you want it. Decorate it to match the cards that you're going to put in it. And you have a box. So again, I used my contour dies for this one and put, what was that, 3 layers on, and then used Quiet Meadow and cut out some flowers from the colors in the hand-pinned paper and decorated the front of that box. This one I'm going to use with a different set of cards, so I'm going to decorate it a little bit differently. But that's it. Isn't that easy? You could even tie a ribbon all the way around it if you wanted to. Whatever you want to do, you can make it your own. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, starting June 1st, if you post a picture on either the group page the StampinDeDe's doings and designs, or on my blog in the comment section. If you post a photo of something that we've done together, then of your creation, then you'll get a ticket for that too. Lots of ways to earn tickets for that stamp set at the end of the summer. All right, I sure hope you've enjoyed it. I want to see the boxes that you've created, and I know that someone is going to be thrilled to get a gift of a gift box and cards. Thank you for watching. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We're actually, my husband and I are getting ready to go to the cemetery. They have a decoration day. And I don't do this every year, but it was real important to my parents. So this year we're going to run to the cemetery, which is about 30 miles from here. And we're going to put out some decorations. So God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.